You know what they say.
All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Then 180. Round 80. Come on. Watch twins. Watch twins.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. Look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was the part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
From the 36, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Yeah, let's get substitution.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney merciless, leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. It's caught by OBJ. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pick their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 2nd down, Rivers. Incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 21-0 our score after 1. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. He won't go down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Off of play action, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the Lamar Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, Charles, you said it after the 4th down stop. That's almost guaranteed points the other way, and that comes to fruition with the touchdown.
Well, the unnecessary risk did come back to haunt them, didn't it? End up getting those points that I predicted that they were going to give up, because it's guaranteed points if you don't make that play.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's got some space here. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 76 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st down, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And an alley to run. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive, and picked up that 1st down in the process. Dancing to his left. He's got Fuller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw, Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. They're going for it. It's Watson. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now is it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Rivers now. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go. Trust right.
To throw on third down, Rivers. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Rivers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rivers. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Rivers to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw is Watson. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans cut into that lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And, we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go. Third quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicer.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they watch this lead shrink a little. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to draw now with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Stop your line.
On second and 11 now. Rivers got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Watson on target here to Fuller. And shutting him off. Now open field. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 41 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake here, Rivers. That's out to Chubb, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. To throw, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for the Texans. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Watson, and he will have a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Rivers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He finds Taylor. Complete.
Holding. Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him. But I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts. But his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He was looking that time for Stills. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Chubb. Oh, he sheds himself free. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Chubb on the counter. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
That's caught by Hollister. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Ready? 60 or.
Ready? Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller finding the end zone on the game's final play as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
180. Check 41. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
And again, it's Chubb. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back at the 37-yard line.
A toss play to Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. He gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. From the gun, Rivers dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This one caught out wide by Landry. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Switch
Rivers again. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Carter, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cleveland, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon.